have already figured this out, but reroll tokens are absolutely insane in Squad Busters. Not only for making it so you can get a better selection of units when you go to draft, but once you start to use them really aggressively, you can use them to go for fusions and dramatically reduce your squad cost. And the value you get from this is going to shock you, and don't worry, I'll tell you the exact amount. But before I do, let me tell you about the sponsor of today's video. A huge thank you to Samsung Galaxy for sponsoring this video and a huge tournament that I'll be competing in to win $5,000 worth of Samsung Galaxy devices for you all, my audience, as a part of a giveaway. I'll be squadding up with Samsung Galaxy and some of the biggest Squad Busters creators that you've probably heard of, like OJ, Ben, Tim, we've got Sir Claz, and 6 others. You won't want to miss the first round of the tournament coming soon on this channel, so subscribe if you haven't already, and there'll be a live stream for the big $5,000 Samsung Galaxy prize pool, and that is going to be such a hype tournament. I'll be playing the entirety of the tournament on the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, and I've actually been enjoying playing Squad Busters on this device for several weeks now. Now, based on my experience so far, there's really a lot to praise about this device, but here's what I think will matter the most to you. Have you ever been playing and felt like your device was getting really hot when you're rocking Squad Busters? Well, I'm not having that problem with the S24 Ultra, and the gameplay is incredibly smooth. And this is almost certainly because of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor that has a 2 times larger cooling chamber system that enables this S24 Ultra to operate at lower temperatures. Perhaps one of the coolest features of the S24 Ultra is Photo Assist with Galaxy AI, which I'm already using to edit and improve my photos. Here's a picture of me on vacation with my family, and you might have already seen my daughters, who occasionally appear in my live streams. They drop into my studio and I'll pick them up and hold them up on camera. But in this picture, there's an obvious problem, which is that there's a couple people in the background of my photo, and nobody wants a family photo with a bunch of randoms in the background. Using Galaxy AI with just a couple quick taps, I'm able to identify those individuals, remove them from the photo, and have Galaxy AI replace it with a very natural looking background. And honestly, it's as though those people were not even there. You'd never know. Definitely click the link in the description if you want to learn more about the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, and a huge thank you to them again for sponsoring this tournament and video. As you already know from watching my video about going for fusions early and often, and don't worry, I'll remind you of this one at the end of the video, but you know the math here is amazing. Your squad cost drops so much when you go for a fusion because the cost to draft a new unit is based off of how many units you have in your squad. So if you were to draft very inefficiently, let's say you start a draft and you get 2 Mavises, 2 Traders, and 1, let's say, Barbarian, okay? That is pretty expensive. And to take that to then having 2 fused units just to finish off the fusion on the 2 units you already have 2 of, it is going to cost you a total of 68 gold. That is a lot of gold, because if you did that the other way around, instead of getting to 5 different units and then you fuse one and you fuse another, if you would instead use the first unit, then fuse the second unit, then you draft the final unit into the squad, you're looking at a gold cost of 31. So your savings there, I mean, you literally cut your gold cost in half. And you can do this with rerolls. Every single time you open a chest, if you're using your rerolls really aggressively, yeah, the cost savings is massive. And I think a lot of people do not understand how big the rerolls are. They think the keys are the main issue of pay to win. And like, I'm here to tell you that the rerolls are also a huge advantage. I mean, if you think about it, the amount of gold advantage we're talking about is like a fused goblin worth of goodness. And that's just from rerolls. And that's just one example of how it could be done. Now, once you start to evaluate your matches for how this is going, you can really see like, wow, am I drafting efficiently or not? And one thing I think everybody ought to do more of is as soon as you draft a unit, you commit to fusing it. I don't care if it's a Greg or a Mavis or whatever. In fact, maybe for those, I would care even more because the ROI is even better for getting that fused and doing it very, very early on in your journey. And I generally don't like to leave one of unfused units in your squad, especially frontliners, because your backline's going to get picked off, your frontline's going to get shredded because it charges in. So going for fusions feels really important to me because anything that's not fused is a liability. This is even more true in certain game modes where, like ring grab, you know, one unit gets popped, it's GG. But let's get into some games and let's get really critical about my use of reroll tokens and where I could do better or where I probably could skip on them. And this one, Turbo Overload with Loot Goblin Rush, and I actually get a queen at the start, which is disgusting. In fact, I had a queen and 2 rares as options. Now, the weirdness of picking a queen is we know I can't fuse it, and also she's a little bit of a liability because, I mean, if she gets low health, she's not going to do a ton of self-healing. She does have a self-healing option, but I'm going now, and look at this, I draft a hog. So already I've got 3 different units in my squad, not at all using rerolls here, and like, in fairness, this draft is going extremely well. Like, what are we talking about? I have a queen and a hog. Like, yes, you pay extra for that. And that premium. Look at my gold cost to squad up here is 15. Normally in a match, my cost would be lower. And I'm just pot committed to having the worst cost in all the land here. Jeez. I draft the battle healer, which is a sick pickup. So right now, my squad is very overpowered. Chances are, anyone I bump into, I'm going to do pretty good. I grab the Shelly here, reduces the squad cost, gives me a fusion. I go for another Shelly, little sus, probably should have gone for the trader. And I left behind a shocking amount of gold and gems there. I hope I noticed that. I don't think I did. Oh my god. Please build a trader, Chisquel. No? Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going for a bow. Weird choice, bro. Really weird choice. And I left behind... Wow, this is actually... almost embarrassing, this gameplay. I can't believe I left that stuff behind. I have to build the bow now, committed to the fusion, which is not a great unit to commit to. Even in this map, it's really not a great unit to commit to. I know I want to kill the goblins, but it doesn't really matter. It's all going to come down to, can I handle the players? And now I'm building that second fused Shelly because I committed to that. Pop a key here, take out the golem, seems good, and rewarded with a hog, and I pop one of those guys' units. He could have done some damage to me, but he decided to run and then just gets completely cooked. Thank you for the key, sir. And I should take the hog fusion there. Seems good. And I do still need to fuse my Shelly. Lot of goodies here to go and claim, which is awesome. Jesse seems like a great pickup. If I could get one more Jesse, that would be the best case scenario here. There's the fusion on the Shelly. I go for it. Throw down my turret, looking for something productive to do. I go for another hog. Probably should have took the Ice Whiz. There's the fusion. Seems good. So Jesse's now fused. A lot of loot to get. This time I actually claim all that stuff. Nice. And I'm going for a second hog here, which should theoretically make me go faster when I'm running my turbo. Seems good. I am going to pop one final key here, and there's the second fused hog. So I have a mostly fused squad here, and I'm looking pretty good, but low on scoreboard because I didn't take a trader this whole game. I move in finally on the big value in the middle with all these loot goblins, and that does put me into first place. At least for a moment. My squad is looking really beat up. I'm trying to figure out where to go. I'm actually in a bit of a precarious spot because I don't really have a healer, so I have no way to recover here other than opening chests. There's the battle healer doing its work. And it's good I took it when I did, honestly, because I had the opportunity to draft other stuff. I didn't do it. And I probably could have re-rolled in that time when I went for the second hog and built some diversity into the squad. And I think that diversity really would have paid off. So definitely getting punished for not having done that. The reroll would have been good here. I go for the fusion on the witch. Very sus choice at this stage because it's really all about busting a squad in the final seconds here if I can to place up. And I do see an opportunity here. I stick with it. So rewarded. First place, last second, GG. Not the best gameplay, and honestly, a lot of opportunities where a reroll I think would have improved my final result. Okay, game 2, we have a Pinata Party, and the first pick here is a hog. I'm getting really lucky. I mean, I feel like at this point, it is a crime not to take the hog, especially on this, where I can get a lot of gold really quickly, and we know gold is going to be very abundant. The downside of taking a hog here is you need to fuse it really fast, or you get into trouble. And in this case, I think I will get away with a hog. Oh, man. I used a reroll, tried to go for the fusion on the Shelly, and got super punished. And I take the frontline El Primo here. So we know that I don't need a lot of DPS to get a lot of value from these pinatas. So I've taken the El Primo, and I'm building the El Primo in part to protect my hog, hopefully. The problem here is that, oh, it looks like I panic picked a Mavis, actually. Yeah, I think I panic picked the Mavis because that guy was on top of me. That's actually really awkward. I should have built the El Primo. Yikes. Okay, and so my squad cost is through the roof. And I key here to reduce the squad cost. I could have re-rolled there. No, actually, that's fine. That's fine. I already fused the El Primo. So I'm going for the Mavis. We'll see if I find a way to actually get that value. I take the Battle Healer. I should rotate up, and oh yeah. Nice time to rotate up, claim a little bit of that value, move it on the squad. The squad is getting not very cooked, honestly. I mean, you think about it, I have an El Primo, I have Mavises, I have a Battle Healer. I have no DPS except for one unfused Shelly. So this is taking a long time for a single key. I don't know if this ends up actually being worth. I guess I got some gems, and I get the key. It's probably worth overall, but finally the fuse on the Mavis. Maybe I'll actually pluck a carrot or two. I can do that to heal, and like nothing there was good to draft. I re-roll. This is a pretty big hit that I didn't think was going to stick the way that it did. But dude, that freeze spell just does the work. And now I follow up on this guy. I'm cooking him. And, ooh, there are some carrots there. Mavis decided to pluck them, and that guy picked them up. That's actually kind of tragic because he's getting away. Barely, but he is, and I can keep chasing, but I think I decide not to here. And I think it's debatable whether or not I should have finished him off. I could have kept chasing him. I feel like we could have kept wasting each other's time. Instead of building the fusion there, I do go for the queen, and I think that's a fine choice. I have dropped down in a second. Really nice log from that player I was chasing earlier, keeping me away. The Pam is a great choice here. I love my dedicated healers at the right time. They just do a lot. And that healing field also just gave me huge protection from my flank if I got pushed, which is really nice. So now, where do I go? Shelly Fusion. Solid pickup. Key, BK. And now, dude, Fusion BK is going to do Fusion BK things. Yeah, no. I got a hit on that guy, but he got away. And I don't have any boots because there were no boots to pick up in this one. I mean, I busted my fair share of pinatas. Get boots. Going for a fusion on the Pam. Got really lucky moving in on that guy. Gonna get his gems. Debated just rolling down, but went back for the gems there, which I think was a good choice. Fusion on the Pam is great. Battle Healer here is kind of sus. I think the thing that would have been better is a Max, but not hating it. And from here, I've actually got Danger on my left. I throw the heal station right so I have a retreat point, but probably should have thrown it the other way. And this guy's rolling up on me with an Ultra BK. And I'm just like cooked. I'm in my heal field though. Open the chest. The Battle Healer heals me up. And I cannot believe that I absolutely roast this guy. I mean, boom roasted, man. Oh, jeez. At the end there, that's crazy. Yeah, Pam is insane. Especially a fused Pam with that healing field. That combined with opening the chest in the middle with hopefully the Battle Healer is, yeah, it's still in my squad. It's still alive. Dude, that does the trick. All right, I got one more game for you. Epic Overload with Monster Pets. Now, Epic Overload, you know we're going to be getting some really sick choices here. I go for the Queen off rip, and unfortunately, that little monster got in my way because what I really want to do here is start to squat up. I throw that bomb. If you didn't know you could do that, pro tip, you can throw it lands in the water, and it takes out both of the patches. I have a queen here, but I am very cognizant of the fact that right now my squad is a lot smaller than it should be. And it's actually very dangerous. Like, I urgently need to squad up. I am very, very, very much in danger of getting busted. The only thing really protecting me is the fact that I'm just throwing down lots of these expos to protect me and cannons. I move in here. I mean, this guy could have easily busted me there. Pop the rage spell, get another BK, pop the rage spell, pop another rage spell, get the final super rage. I'm going to take this thing out, but I think I should have positioned to squad up first. And although I'm doing great on the leaderboard, I could easily just get rolled here. I pick a Dr. T for some variety. Kind of sus. I pick up the Mortis for some variety. I don't like that I've done that. I don't think this was really on plan, honestly. Like, I know it makes my squad bigger, and now I'm committed to building both of them, though. I don't know. I left boots behind there because I was urgently trying to get to the next box, and I think I passed on a BK to go for the fusion on the Mortis, which is also just, like, probably not a great choice here. There's the fusion on the Mortis, though. So I do ultimately successfully build that fusion. We'll see if it works out for me. Mortis is one of the units where you really can just take one of them. In Epic Overload, though, I find that you get offered, like, obviously so many epics that, like, it's just a lot more reasonable to go for fusions on those units. This guy's Sting, I let him get away. Unnecessary, but okay. We've done it. I do have a lot of stuff in the middle here that I'm getting, but I think the need to squad up as urgently has gone away, and I pick up the Pam here instead of the Epic. And the reason I've done that is we're sort of leaving the realm where I'll be able to get stuff like that again. See, that guy's got the Rage spell. I'm like, nah, this is dumb. I go for the fusion on the Dr. T. Feels like a safe choice here. And what do we get at this chest? Which seems fine. Not amazing, but fine. I'm able to get those boots on my way up. Go for another Witch here. Seems fine. This squad, I could go for really nice use of the Skeleton Barrel by him. I throw my heal station up, expecting to take the fight there, but he didn't take it. And I'm kind of stranded without speed and without a way to get a lot of gems very quickly. There's the BK pickup. And, oh, yeah, that squad, he's taking that fight, and all my fodder is eating it, but, like, he just walks away. Tragic. Good for him, though. And then I've got another squad here. A little bit of value I'm getting off that squad. Actually looks like I had to stuck around for me to bust him. I'm very cognizant of how low my boots are. I'm trying to not use them, but I feel like I should have just moved in on somebody. And if I had done that on several occasions, it would have paid off. And now, again, I'm like stuck in middle with not enough boots to get it done. I pick up the fused queen here, which is obviously massive. And now I just sort of plant. I mean, where else is there to go? 25 seconds left. A few gems to get here and there. There's the BK. Oh, that guy moved in. What a mistake. What a mistake. I still am... Oh, the other guy moved in. Dude, people see the gems at the end and they just go for it. But, like, here if there was more time, I think I could have gotten cooked. But you can see the skeletons tanking for me. Those skeletons worked absolute wonders, as did the Mortis summons. So there you go. A first place finish, but some filthy keying to get it done. Chi. You know, I didn't always used to use keys like crazy, but I did because of this video I made right over here. Watch this video and you'll see I used to be very avoidant of rerolls and keys. Nope, that's where it came from. I used them and I just never went back. And then one other video you might enjoy is the one I promised you early on, all about going for fusions and why that's so important. You can use your rerolls to do that, and it's pretty critical.